Hi, hello, and welcome to PJs and Pages with Danielle. Today I'm really excited. We're going to be starting a reading vlog, and I have 2 to 3 books that I want to do. I really want to focus on romance books because in a week it's Valentine's Day and I want to get in the spirit. So I just woke up. I'm a little stuffy. I don't know if I'm getting sick or what, but I'm feeling the urge to read some romance books. And I've got The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. This one is a magical realism romance where she inherits an apartment from her late aunt, and when she goes in, there is a strange man standing in the kitchen, and it turns out that every time that she steps into the apartment, she's living 7 years in the past. So very interesting. I'm excited to see where that romance goes. I have a feeling it's gonna break my heart a little bit, but that's okay. I'm ready to get my heart broken a little bit. I also have The Bodyguard by Katherine. This one is a romance where she is his bodyguard and he is the client, and his mother is sick, so he goes back home. There's some threats, like threats to his life, or he's got a stalker or something like that. So she's the bodyguard though, which is really interesting, and this cover is just gorgeous. Oh my god, I can't deal with how beautiful the cover is. So this one is for the Gaston Library, my local libraries. I'm going to be reading The Bodyguard for my local library's book club that meets in about 2 weeks, and then this one is for my sorority's library, the 5U book club. We are going to be reading The 7-Year Slip. I also have a hold that just came through at the library for Love Naturally by Sophie something or other. I can't remember the name, but when I go to pick it up, I will show you guys. This one is for the Lissa K. Adams book club, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get to it in this reading vlog, but I am going to do my hardest to try, because if I could get 2 to 3 romance books read before Valentine's Day, I think that that would put me just over the moon as far as my mood. So come with me, join me on my reading adventure, and I will see you as I start The 7-Year Slip. Good morning. It's day 2 of our reading vlog, and I got about 50 pages into The 7-Year Slip. I am enjoying it, but after 50 pages, I kind of just was like, do I want to keep reading or do I want to do something else? And I only had like 20 minutes of the last episode of the Percy Jackson series, so I did put it down to watch that, and then it was time for my son to come to bed with us, and I ended up reading. I am reading on my Kindle. I am reading. What am I reading? Oh. I'm reading To Woo and to Wed. I don't know if you can see that. By Martha Waters. I've actually gotten like half of the series as arcs. This one is also an arc. I'm late on reading it. It came out like February 6th, I want to say, and I haven't reviewed it yet, so I figured I would go ahead and read that on my Kindle, because I always have like at least 2 books going at the same time, a physical copy and a ebook copy, and now that I'm trying to dip my toes into the audiobook world, I've usually got 3 going at the same time. I haven't picked an audiobook for this vlog yet. I kind of have to decide. Like, romance is hard because most of my audio listening I do in the car, and my son's in the car with me, and romance can be a little too explicit for that. So I have to do some serious thinking on what I'm going to read in the car. But yeah, I plan on reading a good bit today. We are not going, of The 7-Year Slip, we're not going anywhere. Fridays, the library is closed. We were supposed to go to the zoo, but my husband needs my car to take our dog to the vet. So we're stuck inside, and it's kind of a cruddy day. Like, it's not pretty out. Like, it should be sunny, and it's not. It's super cloudy. So I don't think we're gonna go to the park either. Maybe we will. If it doesn't rain, we might take an adventure to the park, and I can read at the park with him there. So yeah, that's the plan. We've got some homeschool stuff to do. I need to get some cleaning done. My house is a disaster. So in between that, I may go ahead and read this. I did hear from one of my book club buddies that this is on Spotify Premium, and I haven't started a book on there yet. So I might, if I like that, I might just put this in my ears and clean today. That might be something to do. We'll see. So yes, come along, follow with me, and we'll get this book read. All right, so reading update. I am about 100 pages in, and I wanted to share this quote because I thought it was absolutely beautiful, and it's like a non-spoilery bookish quote. There was something just so reassuring about books. They had beginnings and middles and ends, and if you didn't like a part, you could skip to the next chapter. If someone died, you could stop on the last page before and they'd live on forever. Happy endings were definite, evils defeated, and the good lasted forever. It's good writing. I mean, I really am enjoying the writing. I'm enjoying the romance between them. It's a little quick. Like, clearly they're attracted to each other from the start, insta-lusty kind of thing. But they haven't acted on it yet, so that's kind of cool. Forced proximity is definitely a thing in this because they're sharing an apartment, clearly, based off of the summary on the back. Yeah, 100 pages in. I didn't show you guys any video of me reading because I don't know if I'm the only insane person who paces while they read. Like, I literally just walk in circles around my kitchen island as I read, and it's one of the ways that I read the fastest. I don't know why, but I know it makes people crazy, so I didn't bother getting video of that. I will, update you guys later on today when I've read a little bit more, but so far I'm really enjoying it. Yeah. All right, Munchkin, we're gonna take a break because what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
What do you want to do? More activities.
More activities. He wants to do some school. So we're going to take a break from reading and we're going to get some homeschool done. Stay tuned. Taking a little break at the playground at our local park, and little guy is just going to play while I continue reading The 7-Year Slip. Yeah. All right, this author knows my love language, and it is words, man. She has a way with words. I have another beautiful quote, and I don't think it's a spoiler. I'm going to share it because it is just so beautiful. Romance wasn't in chocolate. It was in the gasp of breath as we came up for air. It was in the way he cradled my face, the way I traced my finger over the crescent-shaped birthmark on his collarbone. It was in the way he muttered how beautiful I was, the way it made my heart soar. It was in the way I wanted to know everything about him, his favorite songs, finally guess his favorite color. Is that not the most beautiful thing ever? Yes, there's a train in our park. He loves it. He thinks it's the best thing ever. But yes, lovely, lovely words. Oh my God. Good morning. Last night I made it exactly halfway through this book, and then I stopped and watched some television. I've been watching Carrie Can Read's recaps of the ACOTAR books because they're hilarious. But yeah, I got to the point where my book club, we meet on Sunday, so in a day. But I told them that there's no way in hell I'm stopping because I need to keep going. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm probably going to, if I don't finish this, I'm going to get pretty close. I'm going to pick up my library hold for Love Naturally by Sophie. something. I'll let you know what her name is when I get the book. But yeah, so last night I read that, and then once it was lights out, I read more of To Woo and To Wed on my Kindle. I made it to chapter 12, so I'm at about almost 50%, 47% of the way through. And I'm really enjoying it. This one is about, it's like a Regency historical romance. It's a little bit rom-com-y. And it's about Sophie and West. Sophie is like a widowed lady, and West is the heir to a dukedom. And so he's a Marquess. I don't know how you say it. So anyway, they have a past history. Originally, when 7 years ago, he wanted to marry her, and he ended up in an accident. And when he woke up from his accident, she was married to a friend of his. So scandalous. And I won't say why it is that that happened, because that's kind of spoilery, but yeah, so this is kind of like a second chance romance for them. And they are also fake dating, so they're fake engaged. So that way her sister can feel comfortable about moving on and getting married, because she doesn't want to leave her widowed sister alone. So she's pretending to be engaged so that her sister can move on and be happy with her life. And yeah, it's really cute. I'm having a hard time putting it down at night, which is always a good sign. I think it's Martha Waters is the one who wrote this one. Let me just double check. Yeah, Martha Waters. I really love her series, her little Regency romance series. They're always really cute, and just a good read. Nothing like, oh my God, the best book I've ever read, but always like a fun time, and I always enjoy myself. So yeah, read halfway to both of those books last night, and today I will be reading a little bit more. I want to see if I can finish the 7-Year Slip. If not, get pretty far into it, and then To Woo and To Wed, we'll see. Maybe I finish it tonight. Who knows? But I will check in with you later. Bye. Hi, I'm back from the library. I was going to try and get video of me checking out this book from the library, but there were a bunch of teenagers there. So apparently they were having their K-pop pop-up party, which I totally forgot about, but I ended up staying for it. Such cute teenagers doing cute teenager things, and they were obsessing over their little K-pop bands. It was very cute. But I did go specifically to pick up Love Naturally by Sophie Sullivan. That's her name, Sophie Sullivan. And this one is a opposites attract fish out of water romance, and so it takes place on Lake Michigan. Yeah, around Lake Michigan, and she is not the woman you bring on a camping trip. She's a concierge at a hotel in Great Falls, Michigan. She decides to rough it solo and take the trip by herself when her boyfriend dumps her. And then she meets Beckett Keller, who can tell that she is not where she should be. And yeah, I guess, lumber, sexual, opposites attracts romance. You know what? I think that's all there is to say. It's an opposites attract romance. It sounds really cute. I'm excited to read it. This one is for the Lyssa K. Adams book club. She's the one who wrote the romance book club series, and she's just picking a romance novel every month, and we're reading it together, which is great. And I cannot wait to read this and see where it is. But I'm going to finish the 7-Year Slip first. So this one will come probably, I don't know. I'll get to it at some point during this vlog, though, hopefully. So, bye! This damn book is making me cry already. It's so, trigger warnings for sure. Check them. It's still really good. It's still, for the most part, really happy, but there are some themes that it's dealing with that are a little darker, and yeah, it's making me cry. Good evening. I did it. I finished the 7-Year Slip, and it was so good. Easily a book I'm going to be rereading, so all of my stupid post-it notes and me not annotating for no reason, because this is a book I'm going to keep. This is fabulous. It's, like I said, it's about Clementine West, who inherits her aunt's apartment, and excuse me, she inherits her aunt's apartment, and every time she steps into it, she slips 7 years into the past. And when she does, there's this guy staying in the apartment. Her aunt apparently let him stay there for the summer, and so she builds this relationship with this man who lives 7 years in the past, and it's both heartbreaking and beautiful at the same time. There is a happily ever after, I can confirm. If you're not wanting to read a sad book, it's not sad, it's happy. It's very happy, but I cried tears because sometimes it was really sad. It does cover the topics of grief and dealing with the loss of a loved one, and because she loses her aunt and it's really affecting her, and the main character also loses someone, so that it's kind of a big deal, a big theme throughout the book. But it was such a beautiful story. I mean, so well done. The writing is lovely. There's just so many quotes that I wanted to underline, and all I did was tap them. I'm gonna reread this and really annotate the hell out of it. Not now, obviously, because I've got other books to read, but I am gonna be rereading this at some point in the next year or two, because it was just so beautiful. And I have her other book, The Dead Romantics, and it kind of makes me want to read that one too, because it's been sitting on my shelf, not getting read. And if the writing is anything like the writing in this book, I'm gonna love it. So I'm really excited about that. I think I'm done reading for the day though. Tomorrow I will pick up with the next book for this reading vlog. I think I'm gonna go with The Bodyguard by Katherine, because that's for my my library book club, so it's my in-person book club. But yeah, I can't wait to talk about this book with my book club. I mean, we're supposed to talk tomorrow about the first half of it. Whoops. We're supposed to talk about the first half of it, so I'm excited to talk about that then, but I can't wait for them to finish reading this and to see what their reaction is, because I just thought this was such a good book. I'm so glad we chose it. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Bye. Good morning. It's been a morning. My son threw up all over me and our bed. So we've been up since super early. I have not done any reading, but I did get some reading done last night. I finished, like I said, The 7-Year Slip last night, and then before bed I was reading on my Kindle To Woo and to Wed by Martha Waters, and I managed to get to 73% in there, chapter 19, and I am really enjoying it. It is a Regency romance as far as like the time period, but she's not like this innocent virginal like creature because she's a widow, so she has a little bit more experience. She's even had like an affair under her belt before she's with our main male character, West. So Sophie is a really strong female character. I like that. West seems to be he's got a complicated backstory, needs some therapy, but he's a good guy, who truly loves her. And basically they're in this fake engagement, and he's gonna try and convince her that she really does belong with him, like she belonged with him 7 years ago. So it's really cute so far. It is steamy. I forgot how steamy some of these Regency romance novels can get, because I remember reading them when I was in middle school. My mom would let me read like the ones that didn't go beyond kissing, and you know, they fade to black after the marriage, and that was that. So it's always shocking to me when I'm reading a Regency romance and it gets steamy as hell. But it was good. It was good. I really enjoyed it, and I'm gonna continue reading it at night at bedtime. And today I am starting Katherine Center's The Bodyguard. This is the one where Hannah Brooks looks like a kindergarten teacher, but she's a badass bodyguard, and Jack Stapleton is a household name chased by paparazzi, and his mom gets sick and he goes home, and he's got a stalker, so he hires Hannah, and he doesn't want his mom to know that there's something going on since she's sick. He wants to protect her from this knowledge. So he basically hires her and tells her, hey, I need you to pretend to be my girlfriend just coming home with me for the summer because I don't want my mom to know that I've got a stalker. I don't want her to be worried. So it's a fake dating bodyguard romance. Super interesting. I'm liking the premise. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that today, and I will check back in with you guys later. Bye. So I'm gonna take a break, eat some lunch. I've got some, I don't even know what it's called. It's good though, I promise. I've got my tea, I've got my book. I just kind of wanted to give an update. I am a little over 60 pages into The Bodyguard by Katherine Center. And so far it's cute. I would say that's about all I can say about it though. It's cute. I don't necessarily believe her as a bodyguard. Like, she's cute. It's hard to imagine a cute bodyguard. Like, it just doesn't compute. She even like took him down and everything, and I just still, it's unbelievable to me. But it's cute. It's a cute concept, and we just got to the part where he tells her that he's gonna have to have her fake being his girlfriend, and she was not aware of that, and he is not on board to really have a bodyguard. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic for sure. One thing I will say is I thought this was going to be a dual point of view, and it's just from, what is her name now? Oh my God, why am I blanking? It's just from Hannah Brooks. It's just from Hannah's perspective. So we're not getting it from Jack's perspective. And I would have liked to have seen his perspective on this, but it still could be very good. So we'll see how it goes, and I will update you soon. Okay, so 200-page update. We are at 200 pages, and I like the story, I like the romance, I like the chemistry between the two characters, but I still genuinely don't believe this, like, bodyguard agency. Like, just in general, I still don't see her as a bodyguard, and also the agency that is being run, the way that they do things is so chaotic. Like, I can't imagine a successful protection agency running this way. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So definitely have to go into this one with some suspension of disbelief, which I'm very good at. I can do that, and I like the two characters enough to see where it's gonna go. So yeah, I actually might. This is only 300 pages, and I only have that much left. So I think I might finish this today. One day, one book, one day. Look at me go. Good evening, reading update. I finished The Bodyguard by Katherine Center. One day. It took me one day to read this absolutely adorable book. It was probably like, I'll save my ratings for the end, but it was a cute read. Definitely have to employ a lot of like suspension of belief because none of it is believable. It's just not. And when you read the author's note at the end, it talks about this being like her pandemic book, and it makes a lot of sense because it's supposed to be silly, it's supposed to be lighthearted, it's supposed to be happy, and it definitely hits all of those marks. So bravo to Katherine Center. I think she definitely knocked it out of the park on that. I think it was a cute story. I liked the chemistry between the two characters. I liked the character growth for Hannah. And yeah, I guess for tonight I am done reading. Reading a whole book in a day, I think I'm good. So I'll probably read some more of To Woo and To Wed right before bed during lights out. But tomorrow I'm going to start Love Naturally by Sophie Sullivan, the library book that came in. And that is also the pick for Lissa K. Adams Book Club this month. And yeah, I can't wait to see if I can finish that one before Valentine's Day. We'll see. Bye. Good morning. It is Monday before Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is on Wednesday, and I have finished 3 books for this vlog. So last night I did in fact finish To Woo and To Wed by Martha Waters. It was an e-arc that I received from NetGalley, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so cute. I thought that the ending was perfect. I really enjoyed the fact that it was a Regency novel where the women were not like these infantilized, virginal, like prissy, innocent, like I don't, you know what I'm talking about, that stereotypical Regency woman thing. And so there, she's a widow, but even the other ones where they were not widowed, they were blue stockings, they were strong women, young women, and I really liked the whole series as a whole. But this one was really great. I loved the second chance romance aspect of it. I liked that Sophie, you know, her character explores the idea that not everybody wants to be a mother, not everybody has that in them, and they stuck true to that. And I really liked that they expressed that in a Regency era novel. That's not something that's ever explored. I think it's not something that ever would have been explored in that time, but you know, we're in modern times now. Let's talk about it. I think we should. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. 4-star rom-com, Regency rom-com easily. Yeah, really enjoyed that one. I really enjoyed 7-Year Slip, so good reading so far. Next up today, I am starting Love Naturally by Sophie Sullivan. This one is an opposites attract romance that I picked up at the library, and it is, the letters are very small. Like, I don't know that I've ever seen a rom-com with type so tiny. It is only 309 pages, which makes me think that I will be able to get through this hopefully in the next 2 days, because I want to post this video on Valentine's Day. But we shall see. I'm going to go ahead and get started on this today. We do have some things we're going to do. I'm going to try and take my son to the library. They have got like this little toddler play cafe thing where they set out all these toys and you let the little tots do their thing. It's very cute. So we're going to take them to that. We've got some errands to run after that, and then hopefully I will have some time to read. I do need to clean my house because we're planning a play date, and can't have a play date with a disaster zone of a house. So have to clean today too, but I am determined to get some reading done regardless. So I will check back in with you guys soon. Bye. has been a day. A day, guys. I got like maybe 50 pages read of this. It's cute so far. I'm really enjoying it. It is not, I thought it was going to be Grumpy Sunshine, but it's not. They're both kind of sunshiny, actually. And it's like an instant attraction thing, but it's kind of sweet. Like they can tell they're attracted to each other, and they're just kind of sweet to each other. So hopefully that continues, because that's actually kind of nice. But yeah, we've had a day. My son has been in a mood. We were gone the whole morning. First we went to the library, then we went and had a trip to Target. I was good. I did not buy any books. Go me. But yeah, I didn't get to read any of this. Hopefully I get to read more before bed. But I am probably going to be calling it a night here soon. Have a feeling that it's going to be a rough night. So not sure how much reading is going to happen. Hopefully I can finish this tomorrow though. And yeah, I'll let you guys know how it goes. Bye. Good morning. I am trying to talk real softly because my son is still asleep. I ran to his room to film this real quick, but I wanted to give an update. Last night I made it a little bit less than halfway through Love Naturally by Sophie Sullivan. So far it's really cute. I wouldn't say it's anything like, oh my god, the best romance I've ever read, but it is really cute. I'm enjoying their story. I'm enjoying their chemistry. They have chemistry straight from the beginning. They both recognize it, and now they are deciding whether to act on it or not because, you know, she's only there for vacation. She doesn't really do flings. He's not really a fling kind of guy either, but they clearly have an attraction to each other and a connection. So I would say this, I thought it was going to be Grumpy Sunshine. It's not. I think it's more like he's a cinnamon roll and she's also just really sweet. So yeah, I will say the main character, the main female character, she seems a little bit like a doormat in some ways, and I'm hoping that this is like her, oh, he's up. I'm gonna finish real quick. I think her character arc is that she's supposed to like grow out of that. So hopefully we get to see that happen in the next half. I'm gonna try and finish this book today, just in time for Valentine's Day. And yeah, I will keep you guys updated on my day. Bye. Well, they just busted out one of my favorite romance tropes in Love Naturally. So I'm not gonna say what it is because I think it would ruin the element of surprise plot, but it's very cute. I'm enjoying it. I really am. Yeah. No reading has gotten done today. Well, that's not true. I got to exactly the halfway point of the story. So that has happened, but I still have like 150 pages more to go. But my son did want to make cookies, so we made cookies. They look delicious. They are delicious. So I have cookies at least. I guess we'll see if I get to finish this book before this vlog is over or not. We'll see. Happy Valentine's Day. I did it. I read 4 books this week in preparation of Valentine's Day, 4 romance novels, and I am feeling the love, guys, especially this last book. So last night I finished Love Naturally by Sophie Sullivan, and this was surprisingly a good read for me. I don't normally like closed door romances, and spoiler alert, this is a closed door. Actually, it shouldn't be a spoiler alert. This is a closed door romance. It's okay to tell people whether it's a closed door or open door. We should be made aware of those kinds of things to be able to make smarter choices about which books we want to read. So closed door romance, normally not my thing, but the chemistry between these 2 characters was great. I didn't need to see what happened in the bedroom to know that there was chemistry. I really liked the found family aspect of it, and I just really love this. This is about Presley Ayers and Beckett Keller. Beckett works at his brother's resort, like it's a fishing resort, the Get Lost Resort, and Presley had planned a vacation there for her and her boyfriend, but her boyfriend ends up dumping her. And in like a fit of rage, she decides, I'm gonna go anyway. And she's like this city girl who does not do outdoorsy stuff. So they are definitely an opposites attract kind of situation. And I mean, from the second they hit eyes, it is an insta-love thing. They are all over, not all over each other, because like I said, it's very closed door, but they like, clearly the attraction is there. And he thinks she's really cute, and she thinks he's hot as hell, and they end up in a forced proximity situation. But basically he decides to be her guide at this thing, and she puts her hotelier use to this resort that they've just started to run. But yeah, the found family is beautiful. The romance is really sweet. I really enjoyed this one. I'd say that this was probably almost a 4-star. Like I said, closed door is not my thing. This is why we should be warned, because you're not gonna rate something that's not your thing as high as you would something that is. So for me, this is more like a 3.5. If I was into closed door, this might have been a 4 or 5-star read. But for me, this was more like a 3.5-star read, which is really high for me for a closed door romance. I started out reading The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I talked a lot about it, so I'm not going to give a summary again, but this book was phenomenal. 5-star read. If you're looking for a really good rom-com that has a little bit more depth to it, The 7-Year Slip is definitely the way to go. The hype is real on this one, and it turns out that it lived up to the hype. So really excited that I got to read this one. I also finished The Bodyguard by Katherine. This one was really cute. It was a little Hallmarky too, but it was open door. It wasn't, although there wasn't, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe it wasn't that open door. It may have been more fade to black. I can't remember. If it was open door, it was not super explicit, which is definitely some people's thing. But like I said, I like my romances extra steamy, like all the chili peppers. I want all the chili peppers. So once again, something that just did not work as well for me, but it was still a really fun read, really cute. I enjoyed it. 3 stars. Finally, on my Kindle, I read To Woo and To Wed. I don't know if you can see it there. I got it as an ARC from NetGalley, and I'm so glad that I did. I've also gotten the others. It is from a series of Regency romances where they are all blue stockings, and this one follows Sophie and West, and it was really cute, and I really enjoyed it. This was a 4-star read for me. It is a steamier Regency romance, and yeah, I think that, you know, a 5-star, a 4-star, and 2 3-star, almost a 3.5 star. So I mean, not bad reading for a week, if I do say so myself. I hope that you guys have a lovely Valentine's Day. I hope that if you have love in your life, that you are getting to spend that time with the person that you love. If you don't, that you are loving yourself and loving the people who are maybe not romantic interests around you. I hope that you are picking up a book that gives you all the warm and fuzzies, because it just feels good. Just because it feels good. So thank you so much for sticking around, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.